What is an oracle? Does anybody want to take that question?
Tad?
Sure, it's, you need a bridge from the real world.
Why can't Bitcoin go and just know what the Bitcoin price is? Why can't Bitcoin know who won the Super Bowl? Like, why don't we just embed a HTTP client into Bitcoin and have it reach out and figure out how long Justin Moon's mullet is?
Yeah, no, none of these chains, everything needs an oracle because you can't assume consensus on this thing that fundamentally we don't have consensus on, right? Like, what's the temperature outside? Well, where outside? And so you need some kind of entity to just post and say, here, this is the score of the Super Bowl. And you do have to trust that entity. And this is like a problem that, I don't know, there's like whole entire altcoins that are entirely devoted to oracles. I don't know what they're doing. But like, to me, it's always like, well, you want to minimize, like, here's this trust needed. And so you want to minimize that, right? Like, we can't really get around it, but we want to reduce the power of this oracle as much as possible. So the goal is sort of like, let's make the oracle as oblivious as possible to what's going on. So they report this data, but they don't see what people are doing with it, or they don't see how many contracts are using this or anything like that. So to try to, and also cryptographically, they can't equivocate. They can't say, oh, the Rams won the Super Bowl. No, the Oilers won the Super Bowl. They can't do both at the same time without losing their private keys, which is sort of a nice extra thing. But yeah, it's some entity in the real world, maybe known, maybe anonymous, that reports on real world data. And that report doesn't have to go into the blockchain and ideally won't, right? So that report influences the blockchain, but can be on a website or something. And so that's sort of my goal is like limit the oracles.
Yeah.
And hopefully discrete log contracts can help do that.